Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Uh, it's a ridiculous time right now, it's 1 in the morning. I was literally seconds from going to bed. You can see the time in the corner there. But then seconds before I went to bed, I just found out Ellenbrook Line bus maps released. Finally! We've been waiting so long for this because yeah, it's like less than 6 months definitely until opening. It's only 4 left and they still hadn't released them. And I was just checking a few hours ago and they weren't there yet. Now here they are. Hope you're enjoying my background with the Avon link. That's going to be the next video after today's one. But here they are. This is going to be the quick video to go through all the bus maps and take a look at them. And we're going to leave our comments in them. I'm trying to be a bit quiet because it's 1 AM and I shouldn't be talking very loudly. But yeah, let's take a look at everything on the new bus maps. It's very complicated because there's so many new areas. So we're gonna start over here with the Ellenbrook bus routes. So obviously Ellenbrook Station is gonna have 11 bus routes by the looks of it. 310. And then everything from 340, well not everything, but a lot of it from 340 to 349, and then 455. So we'll just get right into it, I guess. So we have the 340, which is basically the 955 replacement north from Ellenbrook Station along the main road and to a similar terminus. It's actually a bit further, all the way out here at the very edge at Annie's Landing. So that's a good route there. Then we have the 341, which is the 336 replacement on the western side of the suburb up to the current 336, 334 terminus. And the 342, which is a 334 replacement. So that's just all replacing those routes normally. But then we also have this really weird 343, which is just going along Millhouse Road and then up through a few extra streets and terminating at a school. As well as the 345 is actually the new Bullsbrook route, which is so strange, coming from Ellenbrook Station all the way out along Millhouse Road. Finally a good connection between Great Northern Highway and Ellenbrook though, because before this didn't exist, only school specials, and then you can take it up to the Bullsbrook terminus. And then we have 346, which will be a replacement for the 338 basically, and terminating in Avley, which is so strange that there's going to be so many extra street termini now. 347 is going to be traveling the only route, oh no, one of 2 routes between Ellenbrook and Whiteman Park stations by the looks of it, along the back streets here. And over to Whiteman Park, and 348 looks like another really stupid route, just serving a bit of like where 337 is at the moment. I don't know exactly where it is, but down the middle here, and again terminating at like a school or whatever this is. So many weird school terminating trips and everything terminating at a random street terminus, not going between the stations up here in Ellenbrook, which is quite strange to be honest. And then we have the 310, which is going to be operating between Ellenbrook and Midland stations. So it's going to go all the way down here, do this loop around the Great Northern Highway bit where it currently does, and then go down Great Northern Highway to Midland Station. And also 349 is going out to West Swan Road where 335 is at the moment, and then back into Whiteman Park Station. So that's all the routes from Ellenbrook Station. And 455, which is just 355, literally just plus 100 numbers, but it goes to Ellenbrook Station instead of Henleybrook Bus Station, which is here now permanently closed. So that's those routes. I think it's very strange how many of them there are and how short they are and how many street termini they have, but I'm so glad that it actually connects up to the Great Northern Highway now for the Bullsbrook residents. I really hope they increase the frequency of 455 for the connection over to Whitfords, but unfortunately they haven't released frequencies with these new maps, so we can't see that yet, but hopefully they do. Now Whiteman Park Station has 6 routes only. two of which I've already shown you up to Ellenbrook Station. Then we also have the 358, which is a partial replacement of the southern bit of 353 before heading back out to Reed Highway and then going down to Midland Station via Lloyd Street. And the 359 will also be going to Midland Station, but via the 335 path along West Swan Road and then down to Lloyd Street. 357 is also traveling this southern section of 353, and then pretty much just the rest of 353 all the way to Bassendean Station. That's not actually even going to change, which is quite weird. Bassendean to Whiteman Park route. And this track here looks crazy. It's just this L shape. It's so weird how it has to go around the perimeter of the park. And then finally we have 355, which is actually just 955, which is so strange as well. 955 was never even a high frequency anytime recently, so good that it doesn't have a 9 number anymore. But it's basically just 955 from Whiteman Park, and then the same thing, Marshall Road and down to Morley, so just not up to the Ellenbrook section. And also the note here, no change to Route 312, the crazy farmland service staying exactly the same. So that's it on this map. Here's the Midland inset. You can take a look at them coming down Lloyd Street and Margaret Street. And also what we see on here is some crazy Route 308, which is looks like one of the crazy short services they usually introduce with new changes. Or you could say that's the 343 as well, but literally just to serve Viviash, which is currently served with deviations on several routes, is now going to be a separate route, just looping in, and it actually doesn't have a terminus symbol, so it looks like it's going to be a circular, and then back down to Midland Station. Okay, now let's move to the Ballajura and Morley maps. First thing you notice, Galleria bus station has now become a reality, replacing Morley bus station, because there's already a bus station at Morley train station. Here's the rest of the 357. You can see the same as the 353 down to Bassendean, and you can see the 355 also, which is 955 replacement. And then there's also this 356, which is sort of like 342, 341 replacement up here in these areas. Also from, from Galleria bus station. So this is becoming a really high frequency bus corridor between Morley train station and Galleria bus station, so you can quickly get between the two. And then heading up to Bassendean, and then through all these streets. I don't think it's like either of the routes, but it's just serving as best as it can, 341, 342. There's some really weird loop here. It's big, probably because of a bad right turn, similar to 277, and also to serve the Athlone shops better, or Altone, sorry. And then Bennett Springs Drive, which is where the 345 currently terminates, and then Ballajura Station. And then we also have 354, which this is a 343 replacement, also from Galleria bus station through Morley and along here and to Ballajura Station. And then the new 353 will just be from Galleria bus station past Morley Station and then straight up Beachborough Road, which is basically 345 replacement, just without the last section, and then terminating at Ballajura Station. Now, Morley Station is pretty much not going to have many terminating routes. It's sort of like it's got a similar design to Bull Creek and Murdoch Station, so they can just go into the bridge and continue through. And really surprisingly, Noranda actually has 0 bus routes passing by it. Now, it was planned that there was not going to be a proper bus interchange, but it still said there's going to be 2 bus stands located near to the station and the bridge, but now there's nothing. There's just nothing at Noranda, which is so strange. They've actually built a new station without a bus interchange, which is really unexpected. Or at least without any buses nearby at all. This was not part of the original plan. Even the fact sheet on the Metronet website at the moment still says 2 bus stands at Noranda, so I'm really surprised by this. Noranda just completely empty. Yeah, so that really just leaves Bassendean with only 3 routes, the 355, the 356 and the 357. which is quite a big reduction actually. And then like the 45 on the other side of the tracks. And Bayswater Station has the 46, which was introduced recently with Bayswater bus station changes, but actually completely changed again to further serve the industrial areas and then go up to Morley Station. That's a very short route and quite useless, but obviously no longer past the bus depot. And 975, which 975 is actually the 371, but now high frequency, which is what I always said it should have been, because it's so busy up Beachborough Road South, but starting at Bayswater, which is so cool, past Galleria bus station, and then normal 371 for the rest of the journey, all the way Mirrabooka and to Warwick, which is very cool. So that's the two routes for Bayswater, and I've already talked about all the routes at Morley Station, except, yes, look what we have, 950 and 950X. Yes, they have started using letters. I don't know if this will be the final number, because you know they sometimes change it, like on the Armadale Line maps they had like A and B and then they changed it, because I've never seen lettered routes in Perth, but at the moment we have like 66 as the limited stop service for the 950 northern section, so I don't know if this will be reality, but 950 will be coming to Morley Station, which is the Perth's most frequent and busiest route, along with the new 950X limited stops, but they'll actually be using Walter Road, not Brown Avenue, because there's already so many other routes in Brown Avenue, past Galleria bus station, and then the normal route down. Now, I don't know if 950X is also going to go all the way to Queen Elizabeth II Medical Center, but if it does, that'll be pretty cool. And you can go all the way down to there with limited stops routes as well, which I don't think limited stops are very useful routes. They really haven't deemed themselves worthy, and a lot of them have been removed over the years, so I'm surprised they're reintroducing this. I don't know if it's going to be peak hours only or not, probably will, but they aren't really effective, and I don't think it's worth it, but okay, we'll see how it goes. And take a look at the rest of the Galleria bus station routes. We have oh no, sorry, that's no changes to routes 960, sorry. Here we have 353. I've already talked about these ones. Wait, have I? What's the 353? Sorry, I haven't fully learned. Oh yeah, the one replacing 345. 354, 355, 356. Those ones all go east. 975 is 371, and 950, 950X. So we've already talked about all the routes which will go to, or not, 361. There's actually a 361. For some reason it's not here. That's a mistake. But we have 361 and 352 as well, and 351. I don't know why those ones are not listed there. So 351 is sort of a replacement of 346 for a bit up Creamier Street, and then Malaga Drive and Bellafin Drive all the way around and also to Ballajura Station. So there's a lot of routes between Galleria bus station and Ballajura train station, which was recently renamed. It was called Malaga before, but just a few weeks ago they announced it's going to be Ballajura now. 352 is a 347 replacement. I know this looks like a mess, but this is in fact exactly how the current 347 is. A lot of the roads through here are very weird, so they have these strange one-directional streets. All the way up, across Benara Road, U-turn, I mean like U-shape and back down to Morley train station. So that one's actually only operating between Morley station and Galleria, but massive loop around. And finally 361, which is much more direct up to Widgie Road, Alexander Drive, and then basically what the current 361 is, and terminating at Alexander Heights Shopping Center. But obviously 361 currently goes from the city. That'll no longer be the case. But 360 will actually still be going from the city on its current route, and still limited stops along Alexander Drive. I guess they didn't want to remove that corridor, so that's pretty cool. Also to Alexander Heights Shopping Center, although the 362 and its terminus have been, actually no, there is a 362, but no longer that terminus. So let's take a look at the Ballajura station routes now. So we have 353, 354, 356, which we've looked at. 362 is going out onto Marshall Road and then past its old terminus, and then basically what the current route is, and then down, but then going to Mirrabooka bus station to terminate, which is a little different. And then we also have 363, which is a completely industrial route serving what currently the once a day 344 deviation serves on Victoria Road, which is so weird that this is getting a permanent route. Would probably be a really scarce service though. And then also over to Mirrabooka bus station. And that's also missing here actually from this list. Typical. We have 450 as well, which is the current 450, but instead of terminating here at this terrible stop on Alexander Drive, it's going to turn south and travel along Alexander Drive and then Beach Road and then Ballajura Station. And we have 451, which is duplicating with 351, which is so weird that there are 100 difference in numbers. We have 4XX routes and 3XX routes at the same station, like 100 numbers apart, duplicating so many routes. Only Pelican Parade is a unique section, and then also going all the way down here, and I think that's going to a Yanchep Line train station, which we'll see in a second. And 449, which is what the current thing is anyway, all the way from Warwick along Beach Road, Marshall Road, terminating here, just slight extension to Ballajura Station. So that's all the routes here. I know I'm just rushing through it, but I'm just quickly giving you an overview. There will be like detailed changes posted to the website once they've made finalizations, but this is the original consultation. Now, Mirrabooka. Time to move to the final available map with the Mirrabooka routes. Here we are. So we have route 360 seen on here still. 377 having, I don't know, I think it's a little bit of a change from what the current route is, but it's still just between Alexander Heights and Mirrabooka, or maybe not, maybe they're just showing it too. Yeah, I think they're just showing it so you see it's still there. And 375 as well, not really changed. But a big point here is 970, the the high frequency service between Perth Busborough and Mirrabooka bus station being extended all the way along Mirrabooka Avenue along the current 376 route to the terminus on Gangara Road in Lansdale. That is so weird. Gangara Road is such an isolated random place, and there's going to be a high frequency service there. Now, unless they do lots of short trips, which actually I'm expecting, but I don't think it's going to be 15 minutes per bus all day up there, but that's just such a weird place. As well as 970X as well, all the way up. Another limited stops trip to replace the 370 limited stops at the moment. So another lettered one there. Now, the current weird 354 is actually surviving, but being renumbered to 371, which is now a spare number since the current 371 has become high frequency 975. As you can see there, still terminating at the Yokine Dog Swap Shopping Center. But other than that, there's not really many other changes to anything in Mirrabooka. 415 still the same as well. Cedric Street, Amelia Street, nothing else along the Yanchep line changing, which I'm honestly surprised about. I thought there'd be more changes to the northern Yanchep line routes, but seems not so. And even the 38X routes all the same still as well. 384, 5, 6, 8, 9. 385 still being limited stops, so it looks like they didn't make a 386X, which is silly. Why would they make the other two X but keep 385? Although they removed 387, which is so weird. So 384 over there to Mirrabooka is still the same. 385, 386 to the Kingsway shops is still the same. Everything's still the same. 374 also still the same. Literally nothing's changed over here. But 387 for some reason is removed, and these sections on Eglinton, I don't know why it's called Eglinton, it's nowhere near Eglinton, but Eglinton Circuit, Armadale Road and Balcata Road are now 416, which actually goes to Mirrabooka bus station. So you can no longer go directly from the city to these areas in Hammersley and Balcata. 389, my local route still totally the same, in 388 though. and 448 to Kingsway Shops. That's all the same. Now, the only other new thing here is the 451, which we were looking at before, traveling from Ballajura Station along this weird, unique section and duplicating with the other routes. 451 past Alexander Hyde Shopping Center, and then continuing through here. This is a very long route. Marangaroo Drive, and then basically, yeah, it's mostly 344 replacement. Almost the whole route is like 344 over to Warwick. And 452 is actually a very unique route, which is not replacing much itself directly, and it starts at Mirrabooka bus station. So it comes east from Mirrabooka out to Alexander Drive, goes into where like 361 and 360 loop through as well, joins with 351 for a bit, then heads up onto Hepburn Avenue, and then along with the 450 for a bit, replaces the 450 through Lansdale where it will no longer go, reaches Benara Road, passes the 970 terminus and joins with 455, and then replaces the final section of 376 along Benara Road to Whitfords Station. That is such a long route. Whitfords to Mirrabooka all the way around the back there. That is so strange. Other than that, no other changes through here. 467, 468, my other local routes, nothing changed. 455 still the same through here. Nothing between Whitfords and Warwick changing either. Greenwood still no buses, which is a shame. I was actually expecting they might put a few buses there, especially if they did a really good service just straight along Hepburn Avenue from Greenwood Station past Kingsway Shops and to Ballajura Station. That would have been so useful and fast, but unfortunately not. Because they did put that weird sign out the front of Greenwood Station with a bus symbol, even though there's no buses there. I don't know why they put that there with the Yanchep line changes. And even further west over to Hillary's Boat Harbour would have been great. That used to exist but was withdrawn due to low patronage. But I feel like in the modern day it would actually be used well. But anyway, that's it now. We've looked at every route. I've given you an overview, but I know it's extremely complicated. It's going to take me a long time to learn them all as well. I'm going to forget so quickly. And it's like 1 AM right now anyway. It was immediately released and I had to do a quick video. So there you have it. The 3 new supporting bus network routes. Maps for the areas with the new Galleria bus station, Henleybrook closing, Noranda not having any routes, new 950X and 970X, Bassendean having a reduction in routes, and all the strange routes through Ellenbrook and to the weird termini and Bullsbrook. So yes, that's it. What the hell? Why is Midland colored red on here? Jeez. How can you make this mistake? Ah yes, Midland is an Ellenbrook Line station. Well done. Yeah, that's obviously wrong. But yes, thanks for watching this video. I hope you try to take some of it in. It's still better than trying to take it in yourself with me narrating it over the top. I'll be giving my full thoughts on the new routes once they're actually finalized and we can see the frequencies, but for now this was just the first look. I was really anticipating these changes for a long time and I was checking every day to see when they're going to release them, and they finally did today. And there's a lot of disappointments, to be honest. I was expecting some better connectivity. Hopefully 455 gets way higher frequency to connect between Ellenbrook and Whitfords, but it's still looping through all those industrial areas and being quite annoying in that aspect. But who knows, it's up for consultation. You can have your say on it on the Have My Say website. Maybe not yet, because these were sort of stolen or just accidentally found off the Transparent website at the moment, but it should be up on the My Say website very soon. So go have your say, make some changes maybe. Sometimes changes happen when the community says certain things, and we'll see what the final routes will be. But yes, I'm so excited. There is 4 months left and this is all going to become reality, including the new train line and all these new bus routes. So thanks for watching. Go have your say, and can't wait to go and enjoy this opening, another new train line for Perth. Bye.